Catus, Maximus here. I don't do very many German tools just because I don't find a lot of German tools, but I did find this VBW. This is a chrome vanadium half-inch drive T-handle breaker bar wrench. This company is all owned by Stahlwille, which is a huge, I think, Germany's largest tool manufacturer, and they bought out VBW. VBW is still a German-made tool, very high quality, but they're not Stahlwille. This is more of their kind of like how Blue Point is with Snap-on. Blue Points are good tools, but when there's overlap, the Snap-ons are better. And there's some evidence of that. One, we notice that there's no center point, no undercut, like on just about all T-handles, so that the head will center once you break a fastener so you can spin it off, which is disappointing. Secondly, since there's no detent, there is no spring to kind of keep the head in place. So the head on this just flops around everywhere. Once again, I don't know if this is before or after Stahlwille bought them. That has this symbol here, and people who really know about the symbology of tools will be able to tell me that, but it does say Germany on it, chrome vanadium. Another thing you're noticing is how the ends stick out. They put the ball bearings pretty far inset. Usually, you know, you don't want them right next to the edge, but usually they're pretty close to the edge, because one of the advantages of these is they can work in pretty tight spaces. But now you have this big nub sticking out. That also may, because it has no detent, may be the reason why it doesn't have something like a lot of nice ones. I know I'm comparing to a Snap-on here, an old Snap-on. Is this has a centering position, so it has ball detent, so the head doesn't want to flop around as much. And on many high quality ones, there'll be this little recess so the ball can sit in there, so that if you're in a horizontal position or something like that, the head won't want to flop over. This Snap-on is also a great example, if we do a side-by-side comparison, of how close the ball is to the edge of the wrench, where this, once again, is inset a lot. We can see that this ball is also barely in there. This is one that will fall out over given sufficient time. And we can see with that inset and the ball being close to the end, we can see the difference in protrusion between this Snap-on and this VBW, or Stahlwille's budget brand. For those who are noticing, yeah, the Snap-on's beam is thicker, but of course this Snap-on, this is a 15-inch Snap-on, where this is just a 12-inch VBW. Another thing I was going to mention on this is the ball detent's pretty good, but I can just press it in with my finger. On a half-inch drive, that's actually pretty soft. I mean, it works, certainly retains fasteners. They're easy to get on and off, but if you have like a big socket or a long extension, it may actually want to fall off. That's kind of the issue here. Other than that, you know, it's not a Snap-on. Snap-on's detents are always really always hold on to their accessories. Anyway, never heard of VBW, ran into this, just saw it was made in Germany, and thought it was kind of an interesting unit. They did, you know, machine this one billet piece. What's interesting is they left so much material over the top of it. Not a lot of material on each side. The diameter isn't particularly large. But once again, it kind of hurts access. If we compare the center line of the rods, we can see there's just a bunch of unnecessary material on the top of this. Well, once again, Snap-on keeps it nice and tight. I hardly own any Snap-on tools, but when I ran into this thing for $5, it kind of made me, at least for some things, Snap-ons are really hard to beat. And this VBW certainly isn't a candidate to do that. And introduces some of my viewers to VBW, which is just more like the Blue Point for Snap-on. It's just, they're German-made, high-quality tools, but they are a more budget line from Stahlwille. Although I understand why they're kept around, is because apparently they've been making hand tools since something like 1828, nearly 200 years or something. The lineage of this company can be traced back to. So it is kind of neat to own a tool from them. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Till next time, Catus Maximus out.